because speaking about music and stuff, because to me, I think music is super important. And that's one of the things I want to bring to this community is I want to bring more of live music. When I was younger, it was live music everywhere. That's one of the things I love about going to New Orleans is the live music. And sometimes I feel like I'm so sunk back in this chair. This chair is one of those like really old comfy chairs, but like really sinks in sometimes. But that's one of the things that I love in New Orleans, that you can just walk down the street and the food, the smells, the music, and it's got the coolest atmosphere. I just love it. But when I grew up, or when I was younger, when I started going out and stuff, to bars, it was always bands were playing. You go listen to bands, and it was such a shame when they stopped doing that, and they started doing just DJs and stuff. Live music, there's just nothing like it. And people have gotten to these going to concerts and stuff, but even people who make it big and do big stadium concerts say that the best energy is the small venues. They want to go back and play the small venues, and it's a good energy when you are in a group and there's live music and stuff. And when I was younger and going out, we would go out dancing I think we went every night. I had a couple of different friends. I had one, and she was more of kind of more of a groupie type. Like, she really liked the bands, and she'd go and she'd meet famous band people and stuff. And, she was really into music, and she liked to dress up and stuff. So she was really fun. And we became friends with a local band that was really popular. So we became friends with a whole huge amount of people, like a whole group of people, that we would go and see them. And then with my other friend, she was more alternative, and we would go to new wave and punk rock clubs, and it was a totally different group of people. And we were a big part of that crowd. And we knew all these local musicians and stuff, because it was pretty small. Like, it was in Dallas, so it was especially for new wave music and stuff. It was a pretty tight group of people. Like, it wasn't like tons and tons of people, and there was like the same bands would play at all the different places. And so you would just get to know different people. And so I would go out with either one of them. I was out every night dancing, and I loved to dance. And the people who would go, a lot of times when you go with these group of girls, especially with some of them when their husbands and stuff are in the band, a whole group of girls will just go out there, and all these girls are just dancing. That's acceptable. You can go out and just dance like that. But then you see some, person, I would always think, what are they, on acid or something? And they'd just be out there dancing by themselves. And I would always think, how weird, what is that person's deal? And but then, some guys would come up and ask you to dance, and you dance with them. And guys and girls don't have the same idea about dancing. I don't know, guys think like you're on a date or something when you're dancing with them. And girls are just about, I'm just here for the dance. I'm here to feel the music. I think a lot more than the guys. And there is some guys that like to dance, but it's not the majority of them. So when they're out there dancing, it's usually like they've had a few drinks, and now they've got enough courage that they're going to go out and start asking girls to dance. And then when all your friends give up on you because you dance too much, they end up having to dance with strangers sometimes. And it's very uncomfortable. It's awkward. You look up or you open your eyes, and they're just sitting there staring at you, and then you have to make eye contact. They can't take their eyes off of you ever. And so that was an uncomfortable kind of thing. And then when I got to be a little bit older and I moved to California, and that was during the 80s big hair rocker scene, Motley Crue and stuff. And then that's when my sister and I were always going out to Hollywood, and we'd go dancing out there. And that was a really fun scene too. But I'm just drawn to music and dancing. And there's so many people I've met along the way who will say that they don't dance, they don't know how to dance, they can't feel it, all that stuff. And I just say to you, like, as a challenge, go in a room by yourself, turn on some music, turn it up pretty good. You don't have to have it blaring, you don't have to bust your eardrums. Just, turn it up to where you kind of feel it inside your body. And turn on something good. Turn on some Louis Armstrong. Turn on, you got to turn on something that's really happy and upbeat. Disco, to me, I love disco, but that happy, kind of upbeat, that really makes you want to dance. That is also when I was younger. And that was during the AIDS too started, but we would go to gay bars and go dancing. It was really fun too, because the gay guys, they were there for the dance. Well, they're also there to meet each other. Gay clubs back then were something else. It was quite an experience. But you'd go in and it would just be this giant dance floor. Like the whole club would be a giant dance floor. Not the whole entire club, because there would be these dark, seedy hallways all around everywhere, and dark little places. Because guys just like to do what guys like to do when they want to do it, I guess. Because you could run into all sorts of stuff in those halls. And but the dance floor would just be jam-packed. And the lights and the music and stuff and all of the dancing, and they just start doing this stuff called amyl nitrate. I'm not even sure what it is, but it was this like violin. You would sniff it, and it was kind of just a smell. Like you didn't sniff anything in. It wasn't like doing cocaine or something. It was just, it would give you like this head rush. So the colors and everything would just be intense for a second. But if you sat there and kept doing it, it would give you a horrible headache. But they would all be passing it around. They'd all be dancing. It was just fun energy. God, that was good times. And then, see, I start going off on too many things. But so if you turn on the music and turn on something that you like, that makes you want to move, and there's a lot of music out there that makes you want to move, that makes you just feel it. You can just feel it in you. And shut your eyes. Shut your curtains or whatever you need to shut to feel like you're not being watched. And then just feel the music. All you gotta do is just start feeling it. You just go inside your soul and let your soul feel it, and you'll just start moving. Like I don't think that you can not move. And the more you feel it and the more you just start moving with it, then and if you snap to the beat, you start getting a rhythm, you start feeling it, and before you know it, you're dancing. And the whole thing is, it's just tuning in to the music, feeling the music. That's the beautiful moment. It's a connection with your soul to this energy, and it feels good. And I always feel bad for people who feel restricted to dancing. That statement, whoever said that, dance like nobody's watching, it was the truest thing. If we didn't have people watching and we were all just enjoying the music, people are going to be moving weird. People are going to do weird movements. Who cares? It's just the feeling. You get to feel the music. And now, as I've gotten older, I did get to the point where if a guy comes up and asks me to dance, I'll just say no thank you. I'd rather dance alone. Now I'm one of those people who's out there dancing by themselves because I just want to feel the music. I don't want to date on the dance floor. I don't want to get to know you or anything. That's not what I'm there for. And I think that I had somebody recently come up to me. I was at my daughter's, it was the night before a wedding. I don't know all of the things that things are called, but it was a destination wedding. So we were at a bar restaurant on the beach in Costa Rica, and they had a live band, and everybody was eating, and I didn't feel like eating. I just wanted to dance. And so I just went out by myself and was dancing. And there was nobody on the dance floor. There was one or two people, a couple of drunk people. It's usually what, people have to get super drunk to go out and dance. Like they're held back by all of these ideas of like, I'm gonna look stupid, I'm gonna feel stupid and stuff. And it's just missing out on so much by trying to make other people happy and not have other people judge you. As soon as you release that needing to be accepted by others, like you can love yourself without having anybody else love you. That's the beauty of, understanding yourself and understanding everything, what's going on. If somebody, you don't have to be everybody's cup of tea. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I don't care. But anyways, so I was dancing and the thing got over, right? And then a couple days later we were shopping, and this woman came up to me, and she asked me if how old I was, and I told her, and she said that they were there that night while I was dancing, and they just thought I was so free, and they just had not seen anyone just be so free. And that made me feel good, because I don't want to be held back by what other people think of me. I don't want to be held back in feeling and experiencing, because I got to be worried someone's going to make fun of me. So, but that was my also my own paradigm. I had to break down. I had already stereotyped. I had already judged. I had already had biases against it. I had to break those down to get myself to the point of being able to dance out there and be free. Because I had always thought it was just, some kook on some kind of hallucinogenic drug that was out there. So I got more stuff to say.